Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner. We're going to have another playthrough of Space Hulk Ascension, playing the Hammer and Anvil campaign with the Ultramarine chapter. Uh, Interesting message last video. We got a message that said the campaign was over, and we've only done 3 missions. I think that was a glitch of some kind, because honestly, I don't think I've done anything that should have ended the campaign yet, nothing of significance. But completing this last mission, I'm not sure if the lightning bolt was part of the problem, that symbol, or what. But we did have 3 missions to choose from, now we only have 1. So if the campaign's over, I don't understand why we still have missions to play through, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on the only one that's available to us when we get to it. But before we do that, we have some leveling up to do. We did quite a bit in the last mission. It lasted a little longer than I would have liked, but we got a lot of guys leveling up, and nobody got killed. So it ended up pretty well, I think. Alright, so we have this guy has leveled up to ranked 2, or the 2nd level, which is good. That makes everybody in this squad level 2. So, of course, what we're going to do here is we're going to give 1 point to agility. That seems a very important stat in this game. It seems like that's probably the most important stat. Where else we can put stuff? Probably ballistic skill to go in with our strength for the Ultramarines would be the best. I don't remember if equipment is upgraded with this. Doesn't look like it. And skills, I think, are. But I'm not going to pick any of these, mostly because the sustained fire upgrade, in my opinion, is so important. But let's jump over to the other squad. Pretty much everybody in the squad leveled up, except for, I guess, 1 guy. So again, agility is a very important skill, and I'd like to put 1 in willpower as well for the librarian. That is an important skill for him. So let's give him a point there. Let's see what we got psychic ability wise. It looks like we can now pick 2 psychic abilities. I'm actually happy it auto-assigned the force barrier, because I would say that would be the most likely one I would choose. But what is our last psychic ability that we have here? Psychic Storm. Okay, so it's an area effect attack. I'm not too interested in that. If it works the same way it did in the board game, it's not as high of a chance to hit as just to straight up kill 1 guy, and it's the same cost. So I'm going to assume that is this. I'm going to assume that's the same in this game. Is it affects an area, but it's not guaranteed hits. That's what I'm going to assume. So that is good. So now we have 2 psychic abilities for this guy, so it makes him a little bit more useful. Okay, and now let's get into upgrading this guy. Probably 1 in perception. That's an important skill. And I could do it in either ballistic skill or toughness, in my opinion, would be good. At the moment, the ballistic skill is not going to mean much because the heavy flamer doesn't really require it. So we may just do toughness for now. I think on the other heavy marine, I kind of messed that up, but that's alright. We're varied up a little bit. Let's go to Octavius. Okay, so he has the agility, so we'll give him a point of perception. And I'll give him a point of toughness as well. Probably on the 3rd level, I'll start giving guys maybe the 4th ability point in something. So our last guy, Vibius, needs 1 in agility and 1 in toughness is how I'm going to divvy that out. Now Rufus, okay, he was a replacement for a guy that died, which is the reason why he didn't level up, because he didn't have experience from before. Okay, so that's our leveling up. Before we all completely finish out, though, let's see, skills-wise, did he gain anything? Possibly. Let's see, sustained fire I like. Heat management. Okay, so he doesn't have that close combat ability that the sergeant was able to get, even though he does have a power sword. Technically, it's not a power sword, it's a force sword, but it's still a sword, so confused why he doesn't get that ability. But I'm going to keep sustained fire, that's fine. But for the heavy, sustained fire isn't going to matter with the flamer. So I'm going to do, there's 1 for the flamer, there it is. Gives him 2 extra shots. So we're going to do that. And the other one was door breach. I don't think we need that. So that's an important skill. And let's go ahead and get into our mission map and get to our next mission. So we only have this one choice. Knowledge is a weapon. We'll click on it so we get the full details. Contact has been lost with a cat unit carrying vital data. Retrieve it. I'm not exactly sure what a cat is. I know a little bit about the Warhammer 40k universe. Not exactly sure what a cat is. It could be one of those floating skull things. I don't know. Any case, objectives: locate a cat and exit with the cat. So it's just an item that we need to pick up. This looks like one squad only. We're going to use our second squad purely because even though they mostly have level 2 guys in both squads, this squad has one level 1 guy, and this squad was in one extra mission, so we give them the same experience opportunity. I kind of don't like the disadvantage of not having a sergeant in this squad, but it'd be good to level up our librarian, so we're going to keep him in the squad. So let's go ahead with mission, and we'll get a more complete description here in a second. Okay, while your squads were destroying the savior pods, cyber-altered task units were dispatched to sweep the compartments close to the control zone. Their mission is to identify the best way to proceed into the Fortress of Desolation, discover any passageways the Geniuses could use to ambush advancing Ultramarine forces. One of the CAT units sweeping the main arterial enclosures has fallen out of contact. The data it was gathering looked promising, and it must be located so that the Tech Marines can analyze the information. Your squad has been ordered to search the area and retrieve the CAT. So this is kind of what I'm saying. The fact that the campaign's already over, we're just getting into the Fortress of Desolation. Why would we have completed the campaign? So I'm assuming that was a glitch. I'm hoping it's not going to end our campaign, and this is the last mission, because that just doesn't seem right, and that seems like a really bad glitch if that did indeed happen. But we'll go ahead and continue.
Sergeant of the squad.
I'm going to skip this. This is just reiterating what the mission is. Okay, so we do have a deployment zone here. It looks like facing multiple directions, interestingly enough. Now let's see if we can find our objective. Okay, possibly that's it. Normally I have numbers over the objectives telling me where they are, and I'm not getting that on this particular mission, so that's interesting. It could be yet another glitch. I did have a kind of a bug in the last mission where one of my Marines during the end of the mission stopped having an overlay of where he could move, which was kind of an interesting bug. This may be another bug where the mission markers are not showing up, because I'm assuming this is our exit, so that should be marked with a 2. And this is probably where the cat is, so that should be marked with a 1, but it's not being marked. Oh well. We're not going to deploy our librarian first. There's no advantage to doing so. So instead what we're going to do is we're just going to deploy one of these Marines, Terminators. It looks like there's multiple directions to go, which is going to be bad because we only have one squad, and I like using the buddy system. It's going to be kind of hard to use the buddy system when you only have 5 guys and 3 directions to go in. So we'll put this guy this way.
Your orders, sir.
And have him go down the hall. He's not going to be able to put an overwatch down, so we'll just move him here for now. Looks like there was a door there. And that will be it for him. So I'm wondering if this green circle is where their sensor range is. I would assume that is the case. Let's see. Probably send this guy this way. I'm going to have to send one person off by themselves. There's not really a way I can get around that. I can put an overwatch down this hall, it looks like. So we will do that.
Line secured.
And we'll use the librarian for our other overwatch. And overwatch.
The enemy will fall.
And then we have the decision of where are we going to send our other guys. Well, I'm going to send the Flamer going to send a normal Marine with this guy. And I'm going to send the Flamer with the Librarian. Not sure if that's the wisest move. Probably isn't, now that I think about it, because it looks like the direction we need to go in is over here. Maybe I should have sent the Librarian this way, but it's a little late now. So we'll just send these two this way. The Librarian was going to have to fend for himself. That's going to be the end of our turn.
We have contact.
Okay, we had contact. It looks like up here and up here. So the Librarian might be okay by himself. I'm curious if he can see down this hall if he turns. This is one of those situations where it'd be nice to have two guys in this direction. And it doesn't look like the way this room exits, it exits out this way. So more than likely we're going to go this way and this way. So what I'm seeing here is probably 2 turn Overwatch on this hall. Hopefully there's nothing over here. There's no real good way to do this. Because if he goes 2 turn, he's right in front of the door and then they can get him. That's not really the best. So we'll do that move that I discussed. Not a big fan of it, but I have no idea what's down here. Looks like there is room there. So we're going to Overwatch.
The enemy will fall before me.
Not really sure what an intelligent move here is. I have a feeling this mission's not going to go well. But maybe I'm just a little over pessimistic. Hopefully I can see down this hall. It looks like I can. And then I'm going to put an Overwatch down.
Flank secured.
See, from what I see here, it looks like this, these two areas are connected. Again, I could be wrong. Again, I have no idea what this map is like. But if that's the case, and this is connected here, then all this Gene Stealer has to do is come down this way, and it's on top of my guys, essentially. What I'm going to probably do is just, I don't have any clue even how many spaces are in between. I would imagine he'd have a tough time getting up here and being able to attack those. So I'm going to move my Flamer here. Now this area is very difficult because there's no way I can put Overwatches down these halls. And if this connects this way, then the Gene Stealer can come this way and attack. So, not really sure how well this turn's going to go, but we'll do our best. Probably not a wise move to do that. Instead, I'll do this. That way he keeps his side from being attacked. If you get attacked from the side in this game, it's pretty much game over. And we'll open the door. It's pretty much an automatic hit for the Gene Stealer that attacks you, and that's pretty much guaranteed death. So let's go ahead and end this turn. Let's zoom out so we can see what's going on and see where these Gene Stealers end up going. Okay, so as I had thought, this did connect. The Gene Stealer got up in our grill, but didn't have enough action points to attack. We see a spawner up here, so it'd probably be a good thing to move there. We've got Gene Stealers right on the other side of this door. This is going to be an incredibly hard mission. Now, it said difficulty normal for this mission, but I have a feeling that that's not going to be the case for this particular mission. Okay, well, you're up in my grill, so I'm going to shoot you. I almost wonder, do you have to... There are different attack types, and I haven't really messed with these. So, bolter fire is normal. Burst fire, it's 4 shots, and you get a -10 penalty to hit. aimed fire, you get a plus 10% chance to hit, but it costs an extra action point. Looks like burst fire also costs an extra action point. And then suppressing fire, not exactly sure how that works, but it reduces the action points of a Gene Stealer that you attack with it by 50%. So I'm not sure when that's going to come into play, but I don't really think that we need to use any of these other attacks. We're just going to use a normal bolter fire. And that works just fine. Doesn't look like these two areas connect from what I can see. So he's just going to move one forward and put his Overwatch down. Don't want to move much more forward than that because I don't want to give the Gene Stealers a chance here if they come from the upper direction. Although it looks like possibly you can go this way too. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to move one and then put an Overwatch. Okay. So let's move this guy here and turn, and then that's all you can do to Overwatch.
They will fall.
Now that this guy has this area covered, I don't think I need him here as an Overwatch. I definitely need it here, though. Like, moving up to this door, opening it, and then shooting is stupid because I can only kill the one that's behind the door. I could not kill the one in the corner. And then that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn. And then I'm going to backpedal. Put my Overwatch down, but before I do that, I'm going to do a psychic skill. I'm going to use the storm, and I'm going to kill that guy. So far I have yet to see this miss, so I don't know if it does have a miss chance. And then there's my Overwatch. So that guy has to get through 3 spaces to get to me, and I get 3 shots on him in the meantime. Okay. It looks like there's 1 space behind me, but I'm concerned that there may be ductwork there, and I get killed like I did in the last game. So I only know about this one Gene Stealer here. So I'm going to put down a shot on him. Now there's clearly a spawner somewhere over here, but I don't know where exactly. Now I know of only one spawner, and it's right there. And I'm going to assume by the fact that there's Gene Stealers here that there's a spawner somewhere over here as well. Not really sure what a good move here is because I definitely want the Overwatch in front, but it's going to be kind of tough to do that. So probably the Overwatch is going to end up going behind. Not really sure what the safe move here is to do. Okay, well there's our answer on where spawners are. Looks like they're in this area. But it's hard to say exactly how these corridors work and where the Gene Stealers could come from. Let's just see how much attack points cost. Okay, so it costs 1 action point to shoot the flame here. So I could move here and then hose down this hole so that it denies access. So let's try that down. Try that. We'll try our normal fire for now. Okay, it looks like the way that this hall breaks is kind of interesting. Not even sure if it would be wise to do this, because the number of spaces in between me and the enemy are probably quite high. I'm going to save the flamer. I know I have 8 shots, and it's unlikely for me to use it all, but I almost want to get the gene stealers out in deployed before I use this. So how am I going to use this guy? I'm going to move 1 space, have him turn, and then put an overwatch down. Not really sure how helpful that is, but it's the best I can do. So I've got a bunch of overwatches down, as much as I can get down, and I think we're good for this turn. So let's end our turn. Let's zoom out so we can see everything going on. Okay, so at least 1 gene stealer, another one it seems. Okay, so we've got some contacts here, obviously from this spawner. Oddly enough, nothing spawned in this area that I can see. This is incredibly tricky. If I can shut down these spawners, though, it's not... all I have to do is move here to do that. But let's move just a small move for now. Get our sensors up there, and I'm assuming if there was something here, we'd be able to see it by now. So, from what my understanding is, once I'm inside the circle, it should shut off the spawner. The only question is, if by moving up that close, is this spawner going to be an issue, because I cannot put a body on it. Alright, well, we're gonna... I hate making this gamble, too. So, I'm not even sure how they spawn in. Is it anywhere in the circle? Because if I move here, what can happen here is something spawns here and then gets behind me and kills me. So it may be wiser to just stay where I am, because then I can get rid of this next turn. And I'm thinking it's unlikely that anything's going to spawn over here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this overwatch off and get him right behind the other Terminator so that he can shut down the other spawner next turn, if at all possible. Now the problem we encounter here is that I do not have enough Terminators to lock down as many hallways as I have. Clearly there is a spawner over here. Clearly there is a spawner over here. This Terminator does not have a lot of action points. He essentially can move 2 forward and then put an overwatch down. This overwatch is crap. It's not going to accomplish much of anything. This gene stealer would be on him and he would maybe get 1 shot. At the same time, though, he does need to move up. Possibly a good action to do here is move up 3, and then turn, and then that would be the last shot. And if he doesn't kill, then it's game over. If this guy can Psychic Blast, maybe I'll do that. So let's see. Get him selected. He might be too far away. Yeah, I'm going to assume that he's too far away because this isn't even available. So, let's see where we can put down the force barrier, though. Nowhere useful. Although we can shut down this area. Prevent the gene stealers from getting me this turn from this spawner. Maybe worth doing. On the other hand, though, do they even have enough action points to get over here? Hard to say. Well, we'll move up.
Objective locked.
We will turn. Okay, it looks like we missed. I'm thinking about doing an aim shot. Yeah, that's quite good. And then just using the last action point to turn him. Now the reason I did that is just because I wanted to guarantee that this guy can get in a position to lock down this hall. And it looks like the best way for him to do that is just move all the way into the hall, using all of his action points to set up an overwatch. Oh crap. So there's yet another spawner here. There is so many spawners on this map. So yeah. It looks like the enemy can pretty much spawn in guys wherever it wants. Because from what I can see, if this map pans out, there are a total of 6 spawners on this map. And they're all over the place. And I only have 5 guys. It's literally impossible for me to lock down all these spawners. So this is going to be an incredibly difficult mission. I'm thinking here, just move up 1. Maybe 2. You know, I don't like this move, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I think it's a better option. I think that if a Gene Stealer comes this way, it's unlikely to have enough action points to open this door, get here, and attack. So that is kind of what I'm banking a lot of what I'm doing here on. So hopefully this turn doesn't end badly. Okay. That scared the living crap out of me. And also, it does something really good for the Gene Stealers in that it probably prevents me from locking down. Because I don't know if the guy with the flamer, even if he could, putting the flame there blocks the path for me just the same as it blocks it for them. Maybe didn't think that move out the best, and it looks like I could have locked down that after all. Whoops. I'm going to assume there's not a spawner over here, because if there was, we would have seen it by now. So maybe I can, if I turn off the Overwatch... Oh, I can't get in here to stop this spawner. That's what I need to do. I need to stop these spawners, because they're really a nuisance. Okay, with this Terminator, move up 2. Okay, we can see the spawner. It's within sight. It might even be just prudent to just go ahead and run up to it so they can't spawn here anymore. So that's what we're going to do. Now this guy is unlikely to be able to turn off any of these spawners, and he's going to have a situation where they might get behind him. But he can't really do anything about it. So he's just going to come up and overwatch.
Confirmed. Holding.
And it looks like we do need to come this way anyway. I'm really nervous about how this turn's going to end because it doesn't look good for me. Looks like move here, open door, and then overwatch, and then hopefully next turn I can get in there and shut down this spawner. So what this turn's going to consist of is just... Oh, okay. Yeah, he cannot shoot the flamer right next to himself, which is bad.
Clear a path.
So this is pretty much the option I have open to me. I'm not going to engage close combat with a Gene Stealer. Not going to happen. So what's going to happen here is this guy is going to blast the way. And I didn't play this out very well. Possibly the good move here is just to overwatch. The reason being, when I have the flamer in the way, it's a liability because then I can't shut down the spawners like I need to. But with this movement, he can get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he should be able to lock down this spawner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload the bolter. That will cool it off. Put my Overwatch down. This guy rounds the corner. 1, 2, 3. He gets here. Hopefully he's dead by then, because if he gets here, he's killing this guy because that's an automatic hit. So hopefully the Overwatch works here. Otherwise, we're going to have a dead Marine. Okay, I think that's everybody. Now I could turn this guy here. The problem is, though, it slows him down for next turn because he has to turn back to go down the hallway. Which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could get to this space. I don't know if this locks it off or not. We could try that just for safety's sake. So let's try doing that. Just to make sure that we don't give him an automatic hit. So let's end our turn. We have no idea what's going to happen this turn. Okay, killed that guy. Oh, now I killed him. Alright, well that was a crucial move there. Okay, so they're coming at us from multiple directions now. So this needs to hit. And it didn't. Of course. So we gotta hit again.
My bolter is jammed.
Yeah, that's fine. So we come in here. We lock this. The only problem is now that this Gene Stealer's here, I don't think I can lock the both of them down because of the way things are. And Nat may get this guy killed. So we're going to have to see what we can do over here first. But before we do that, I'm just going to have him move up here, which should still keep this locked down. He's going to reload, and he's going to, that's a closed door. Maybe unwise to open it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Problem is, I have too many spawners that need locked down. That's pretty much what the problem is. Okay, so let's take him off Overwatch so we can see his full move. He's essentially just going to move up.
Move.
Which gets rid of this spawner. I'm hoping there's no spawners up here, because that would really put a hurt on me. Okay. So, what we need to do here is move up one. Hopefully he gets a shot. He doesn't. And it looks like we need all of our action points to get where we need to go. Oh, okay, no, that worked out. So, we're going to move here. That should block this spawner. We have no idea what's over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn. I'm going to put one of those equipment scanner things down right there, so we can see a little bit what's going on here for later. Now this guy, he needs to run up here and shut down this spawner. And that should be it for the threat over here, which should allow us to get up there and get our objective finally. So we're going to reload and just move up.
With all due haste.
Okay. That looks like everybody moving. And by the fact that I have most of the spawners shut down except this one, I'm just going to assume that all of the Gene Stealers are going to come from this one. So you know what? I am going to backpedal with the librarian. He's probably going to see most of the action out of this, so he needs to get a better view on it, essentially. And just to piss off the Gene Stealers a little bit more, what we're going to do... Oh, okay, it doesn't look like there's a connection here. Alright, so maybe that wasn't necessary. Oh well, not the end of the world. Okay. So, getting the librarian out alive is going to be a problem. And I may try and do something about that in the next couple of turns, because We're going to get up on this soon. We'll see. We'll see what we need to do, but definitely the end of this turn.
Targets.
Alright, as I imagine, there's going to be guys coming this way. See, his problem is he can't do anything about these gene stealers, other than use psychic abilities, of course, without stepping over here, which makes this unlocked, and then if he tries to move up, essentially what's going to happen is the gene stealers in this spawner are going to come up behind him and kill him. So it's going to be kind of difficult to lock down both of these at the same time. And there's clearly another spawner that I'm not seeing because, hello. Alright, so trying to see where this spawner is. So we're going to move here, turn.
Moving out. They approach.
And then we put our Overwatch down because that's all we have action points for.
Securing position.
So he's got quite a bit of ground to make up before he gets to me. Okay, now we gotta lock down these spawners. Well, the guy with the flamer is the most important guy in my opinion. So he's gonna move here, lock down this spawner. This guy is gonna move up here and turn around. We'll actually turn this way.
Objective logged.
And now that we have these spawners locked down, it actually doesn't do us a whole lot of good for the future, because essentially they're going to have to run away from them. So we're going to move up. Fortunately, we can't get an Overwatch here. And there's our last spawner. So we're going to open this door and step forward one, but that's all we have points to do. So these guys have been taken care of, that guy's been taken care of. So now all we have left is our librarian. So what we're going to do is we're going to set him up to run away from this spawner next turn and hopefully get to this spawner. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Let's see, let's plan out our move here. So if he had all his action points and this door was open, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not getting anywhere near the spawner, and they can attack him. I'm assuming they can move all the way up to here. It's questionable how far up these guys can move. I might have to do some kind of limbo in between. So open door. As a matter of fact, moving there this turn probably would be the wise move. So let's keep the psychic points and do that move. Okay. Does he not have that move and fire thing? I would have assumed he would have gotten to use it if he did. Yeah, he has it. I don't know why he didn't get a shot off. So let's move one. Dead. Let's move another one. Okay. Actually, I may use a psychic ability here. I'm going to use the force barrier. And I'm going to make the assumption that this is where the spawner, where they come in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to block. As I said, I have no idea how these guys come in. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to block this point, which will stop them here. Okay. And that should be everybody. So from what I saw the movement there, they should stop one short of him. That may and may not be the case. Again, I have no idea how these spawners work and where the gene stealers can legally spawn in these circles, or if they have to spawn exactly on the point. If they have to spawn exactly on the point, then I'm assuming that they will stop just in front of me and not have an action point beyond. So let's see if that is a valid thought here. Now, it's going to be kind of hard for me to capture everywhere on camera. I'm going to focus here and here predominantly. So let's end our turn. So that guy we knew was going to happen. And as I thought, no action points, but he's right up in my face. And as I see here, Gene Stealer spawned, but he couldn't get up behind me, so he stopped right behind me. I mean, he stopped right where the force barrier was. So we're probably going to have to put another force barrier down. Problem with that is we can only put so many of those down before we run out of them. Okay, we definitely need to shut down this spawner. So, doesn't look like we'll be able to do that, though. Alright, so 2.
Affirmative.
Open door. And that was a bad... Oh, no, I'm good. I have an Overwatch.
Flank secured.
Okay. May have moved the librarian a little too soon. Oh well. Alright. How this is going to work is I'm just going to run my butt as far as I can go in this direction. This spawn point will get uncovered by this Terminator running, but he'll recover this one. And hopefully we can run fast enough that these guys don't come up behind us. That's pretty much the theory. And not sure what to do with this guy. He needs to lock down this spawner because this is an important spawner, but can't really cover the rear too well. Alright, well let's just do the important stuff here. This needs to work. We should get a bonus now. Okay. Now all that's important is we get in the spawner, which we are able to do.
Yes, Commander.
Then we're just going to put the barrier the same place we had it last time. That will stop this Gene Stealer from getting us. Looks like I'm getting some of the psychic points back, I'm noticing. I could just straight up kill him, but I think the safer move is to do this. Purely because I'd like to see actually more spawns happen down here, because the librarian has a better chance of pinning down these guys from chasing behind him than these guys do. So that looks like all of the moves for now. So hopefully there's not more spawners somewhere else. And just to be sure what's going on here, I'm going to put another of these sensor drones down because this looks like an important spot. Okay, so we've got sight in a number of areas. And alright, let's... Where's the guy that has 3 action points? Oh, it's this guy. Oh, he needs to put his Overwatch back down. Alright, that was almost a bad thing. Okay, now we can end the turn.
They are close. Initiating attack protocol.
Alright, I kind of imagined that would happen. Alright. Now we've got 2 Gene Stealers here, and none of the Gene Stealers spawn down here. That's a mistake by the computer player. As I said, I can easily hold down those Gene Stealers with the one Terminator. So we're just going to move up here for now until we know what the area is like. This guy's going to run. Thinking about moving here, then turning around and putting an Overwatch down.
Secured.
That way if anybody does spawn, then we'll be able to take care of it. I'm going to go ahead and get up here and open this door. Just speed things up for next turn. Okay, where can we go? It looks like up here is fine, and we can still lock down this. Probably should have done the psychic ability first. Yeah, because we actually gave them a space. And open our door. While we're at it, we'll reload our gun. So he can keep that up for another 3 turns. Then I need to get out of here. But it's probably important that he does that. And if I remember correctly, I can actually just sit and meditate, but probably... No, I wouldn't be able to still be able to use a psychic ability. I think it's one or the other. So 3 more turns, and then he has to boogie, is pretty much how that works. So... maybe even just 2 turns. Alright, so that's everybody. Let's end the turn. And probably focusing up here would be the wise move, because I'm not really sure if there's any spawners that can get me, though. So let's focus over here. Okay. Alright, so the Gene Stealers are starting to be a little intelligent here. It looks like they're going around me, which is going to make me have to run away sooner than I would have liked. This may be a very difficult mission to get through with all of my guys intact. So it looks like 3 here. No idea if there's a spawner in here. Move this guy up.
Moving out.
This guy has to live as part of the mission, because I have to not only find this cat thing, but I also have to leave with it. Alright, I'm just going to risk it here. And was that not my objective? Oh no. Am I getting screwed here because I don't know where my objective is? I'm actually really concerned now. I don't know if that's the objective or not. I don't even have the slightest clue what a cat looks like. I assumed it was this glowing thing over here, but I don't even think I can get to whatever this is, because this looks like a balcony. Alright, well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move 1 into the room, and then see if there... No, it doesn't look like there is. Yeah, I banked a lot on this being the cat, and it's not. And now I honestly don't know what to do, because I don't know where this cat thing is supposed to be. Is it was just like paper? I mean, maybe I should have watched the briefing, because it appears that we have a problem. Well, I'll have to find out next turn, but this is very bad, because I don't think I can sustain the positions I'm in right now. Oh, shoot. Yeah, well, we're just going to have to live with that decision.
Watching for enemy contact.
Yeah, I don't think I can sustain my position very long, and that being the cat was where all of my basis of hope is. And I don't know of anywhere else where there would be one. Doesn't look like it's in here. I mean, in all the previous missions, they've showed you pretty much where the cat is. I mean, whatever your objective is, that room has been illuminated. And I assumed by this being illuminated that that was the room I needed to go to. Maybe it's in here. I don't know. But either way you cut it, I gotta run because they're flanking me and doing all kinds of bad things to me. So, gonna end up putting the barrier here. Can't really stop this move. Well, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to run this way and see if that's indeed the way I have to go. If it is, I'm kind of pissed that they didn't have anything to let me know where the heck I was supposed to go, and I ended up going somewhere. It was a big waste of time. I think it's okay if I put it there. Okay. This guy's going to move over here. Get him one space closer to exit, but also still locking down the spawner. And I'm assuming by the fact that it's red, you can't leave. I mean, is that it over there? Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's it. So why is this room even here? Other than to throw me off, I guess. Alright. Well, I guess that's part of the idea of this whole mission being, you know, not knowing where you're supposed to go. Alright. I have a hard time believing I'm making this out with all my guys now. Okay. That has to be the cat. Okay. That's fine. Move 4. Let's see if I can hose this hull down enough that I can put flame down or something. So, attack. Let's do a focused fire. Do it just like this. Maybe better yet like that.
Cleanse the monstrosity.
Okay. So it's not over yet. I can recover from my mistakes. We have to go get the cat, which apparently is moving because it looked like it was over here last time. Okay, so let's just full up. Well, before I move, use my last psychic barrier. You know, I'm not even going to use the psychic barrier. I'm just going to run. And nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to move. I want to turn. Move here. Then put my Overwatch down. There we go. We'll be alright. This guy just needs to get out of there. He could probably put down the Overwatch for this guy. Like, relieve him. Next turn. May even be just a wise idea to just run this guy away over here. The only thing is, though, they could probably get around this corner and then he couldn't really cover. So we're probably just going to have to keep doing what we've been doing, which is backpedal and Overwatch. This guy's chance of getting out is diminishing the more he does this, but
The enemy will fall before me.
at this point, getting the mission done is more important than getting people alive, I guess. I don't know. Okay, that's everybody. Let's end the turn. Alright, well, he was only able to take care of 2 of them before his both are overheated. And where the heck did that guy come from? Oh, you know what? We'll take care of that guy. No, we won't. Not in range. And it looks like the cat ran away, so... Sweet. That must be it there. So let's see if we can do this. Move up. I'm assuming this is it. It's a robot-y thing that moves around. Okay, so all we had to do was move on to it, appears. And we'll move like that. And, yeah, one more turn, and then he should be ready to go around the other way. Not sure what I'm going to do about this guy. He's probably just going to have to fend for himself. Probably one more Overwatch and he can run for it.
Overwatch.
Okay, this guy is gonna... I'm just gonna move him. I want to lock down the spawner. Don't think there's a penalty for just moving away. And dealing with this gene stealer is this guy's job. And he did his job. So move one step up and load. I apologize, I'm coughing a lot. I'm a little under the weather. Okay. Do a reload. Do a cooldown. And then he's going to have to fend these guys off before they get to him.
Obstruction removed.
It's not very good, but it's the only chance I got. I guess if that guy dies, it's not the end of the world, but could be better. You know what, just to give him a little bit more chance here, we'll go ahead and put down a force wall. Although I think if I put it there, that actually blocks his abilities to shoot at him. So, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're just going to end our turn. Here's hoping this works. Alright, there's going to be two directions to pay attention to. Okay, took care of him. Took care of him. Okay. Took care of him. Took care of it. Alright. Fantastic. Alright, librarian, get the heck out of here. See, I'm not even sure where the where the exit is, because I can't see Jack. Do we come through here? It's kind of hard to make that out. Yep, that's what we do. So, Okay, as I discussed, I'm going to run for it this turn. So take our Overwatch off and put him there. They shouldn't be able to get too close behind him. And we do have the sensors behind us to be able to tell us very well where they are. Move him up to the edge of this spawner. And then we'll just essentially leapfrog the spawners. So next turn, this guy should be able to get on this spawner. Next turn, this guy will move up here. This guy is going to move up here. And then probably we'll try and move him out. We'll cover with the flamer. So this guy needs to reload and cool off. And just maintain the Overwatch. That should be everything. So hopefully we can wrap this up. I know we're getting in on past an hour. Alright, so yeah, they're coming. Looks like they ignored this direction completely. That's interesting. Alright, so this guy is just going to continue running. They can catch him, though. They're faster than he is. So move there. And that guy's survivability chance is very low. We'll deal with who we can get out, though. Considering the fact that he's going to be out soon is the reason I did that. He can't get out this turn, but he will be out next turn. And close behind him will be this guy. He's only level 1, but he should level up from this experience. And then this guy doesn't need to be on the spawner anymore, so here, turn.
Affirmative.
Then he should be able to deal with next turn. This guy's chance of survival, I really don't know how he's going to get out unless I put an Overwatch down here, but then this guy's chance of survival is bad because of this direction. But that may be what we end up doing, is just have this guy move up as far as he can here, have this guy move up a little bit, and then turn around and put an Overwatch down. Maybe that will help. But let's go ahead and end the turn. Yeah, see the Gene Stealers are right behind him now. Okay. Nothing spawned in here. Oh, well, yeah, there was one thing spawned in. Okay, I see it. And I could keep up the flames for a couple turns, so not a big deal. Probably there. Gets the whole room.
Drive them back.
Okay. So what we're going to do, he has 5 action points. Move 1, turning around is 2, so that's 3, then he can Overwatch. So that's what he's going to do. Maybe get a shot off in the process.
They approach.
Yeah, I didn't expect that would hit. Now he puts his Overwatch down.
My aim is true.
So this guy, he needs to still lock down the spawner, though. And he also needs to stay out of the way of the shots. Honestly, I don't know how good of a chance of survival this guy has. I could do the same thing. I could do 1, turn around and try and shoot, which we may actually end up doing here.
Clear a path.
Because we're going to do our best to survive with everyone.
Flames.
Okay, that guy's dead. We're not going to shoot this guy, and we're not going to put an overwatch down. We're going to just backpedal.
Clear a
I'm
path.
counting on this guy covering. May not work, but it's worth a try. If that guy dies, then we run. Okay, so now we need to move these guys. So don't think he can do anything with his psychic abilities that are worth anything, so let's just go. Oh, okay, we didn't even have to exit everybody, so that was an easier mission than it needed to be. I mean, it could have been, I mean. Alright, so, yeah, yada yada yada. Let's get to the end of the mission. And hopefully this isn't the last mission. Hopefully that was indeed a glitch and we do have more of the campaign to play because... Yeah, we do. Okay, good. I almost wonder if the yellow thing indicates like every time that you're going to get like a story message and or something. Alright, so this looks like a continuation of the story. So I'm assuming that these are optional missions. I'm going to continue the story, and if we can go back the optional missions, we will. But I'm going to do the next mission I do is probably going to be the story mission, not the optional mission, because it seemed like there was kind of a glitch with the optional mission telling us the campaign was over and stuff. And also it made us lose out on our other option. It looks like maybe there's a couple different branches this campaign can go in. So if I had done the other mission up here, this branch that I'm going in right now probably wouldn't be available to us. And this looks like it's the normal difficulty path. The other path was a hard difficulty path. That's possibly the way it would continue. This path maybe is going to continue as normal difficulty. So that's kind of interesting that you have maybe a couple different options as far as difficulty to pursue. But in any case, I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.